Hello, Liberty. I am here with another 2020 Senior Spotlight, and we are here today with Mr. Dworetsky. Mr. Dworetsky, how are you doing?
Hi, how are you? I'm good.
Good. How are you doing at home? How are you adjusting to having to work from home?
It's been a challenge. I think the most challenging part is how much I miss being in school and seeing my students and seeing my coworkers and just having that normal routine on, on top of helping my kids have a routine. It's just been very chaotic. And I thought maybe by now we'd have some kind of routine, but not yet.
Yeah, I find it super difficult. And actually, like, I feel like the longer that we're in this, the harder it is to keep that routine. For whatever reason,
I agree.
like the last week or two, I've been
Yeah,
struggling with it. So I feel for our students because if I'm struggling with it as an adult, it must be super difficult for them.
right.
But
And it is, and I think that, when they hear schools closed for the year, I even know with my kids, like, no, what's the point of going on? But, the building is closed. We're all still here, the teachers, the students, the support staff, we all have to keep going. And I think that's really important for our seniors too, to keep that work ethic. So when they do get to college, or to their job or to wherever they're going, they still are in that routine.
right. And I keep having that conversation with a lot of them that we don't know what our normal will be like in September or even at the end of August when they're all going off to college. We don't know if this is your
Right.
normal. So you need to get
Right.
yourself used to it now. That way, if this is still our reality, you're prepared for it. And at least you were with people who can go slow with you and be a little bit more forgiving
Right.
right now,
Right.
before you're off in college world where we know how colleges work. Like, there's a lot less um, holding of hands.
Right. Right. And I mean, the good thing about the fact that it's a pandemic is we're all struggling, so it's not like it's just here in Sullivan County or here in New York State. So wherever they go, I'm sure everybody will empathize with the situation that we've all been thrown into. But it's things as simple as, you shouldn't be staying up till 12, 1 in the morning, because you shouldn't be sleeping till 11, 12
Yeah.
o'clock the next day. You need to keep routine.
Yeah. Easier said than
And I'm guilty of
done.
that too. Uh-huh.
Easier said
I
than
know.
done.
I know.
I force
I
myself
know.
to wake up early by offering help to students early in the morning, because I know that if I didn't
Mhm.
have that, I might sleep a little longer than I'm supposed to.
Yeah, I'm guilty of still having an alarm set. Like, and I do. And some days that alarm gets me up and going. So other days it's snooze, snooze,
Yeah.
snooze, because I'm just not ready.
Yeah. Yeah. So, speaking of the senior class, are there any memories that you have? Because I do know that you were in the middle school while they were there, and then you ended up in the high school. So you probably know a lot
Mhm.
about them. Do you have any memories you want to share?
Um, you know, this class is an exceptional class, and they were exceptional when I had them as fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth graders in the middle school. And I feel that, Miss Nicholas and myself are both very lucky to have had the experience to see them for 4 years and then all of a sudden end up in the high school and see what amazing kids they've all become, amazing young adults, not kids, young adults.
Yeah.
So they've always been a high achieving class. They've always been um, mostly drama free. Even in the middle school, they kind of like worked their stuff out on their own. They weren't that, he said, she said type of group. I just think even though they're very different individually, I can think of a bunch of them are just, who are a friend group, but just completely different individuals. They gel and they mold. And I think the best example of that is the spectacular showing they do for Color Wars every year, under your guidance, of course. But they've always, no matter what the differences have been, or what different backgrounds they come from, or some play sports, some are into music and drama, they all just always gelled as a group. And I think that displays resiliency, number one, flexibility. And when they go out to their next destination, college, work, military, they'll be able to work with all different types of people. And I think that's the greatest gift that they're taking with them, despite academics or excelling at sports or music, that they can go out there and really just work with anyone.
Yeah, yeah, I think that is definitely true. And it's, we obviously feel for them, and I know you're feeling it with your own senior at home. The loss of a year
Yeah.
is not easy. And a lot of people always say, you get as much as you can handle. And while I'm not happy it happened to them, I know that they can handle this. I know that they can get through this. I know that they'll be stronger
Right.
coming out of it. So,
Right.
maybe it happened to this class
And I
because they
just want
could
them.
handle it.
Right, right. And even with my son too, I want them to know that it's okay to grieve that loss. Don't act like it didn't happen. Grieve the loss. You were robbed, some of your finest moments. But, let that define you by strength, not by being a victim.
Right.
I think it would be very easy for these kids to feel sorry for themselves. Oh, this didn't, I didn't get this, I didn't get that. Right. It's horrible, and we're all grieving with you. But you know what? Let it make you stronger. They're learning early on that life can throw some real sucker punches sometimes.
Yeah.
And they didn't deserve it, and they didn't ask for it, but it happened. And I think, I think this group can handle it. I think they can roll with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. They'll be okay. Then we'll all be okay
They will.
in the
They
end.
will.
So is there
And we
any,
will miss them.
oh, miss them is an understatement. I miss them already.
Mhm.
All my meetings
I
about
know.
them are very difficult for me to get through. Because I miss them
Mm.
very much. So, is there anything that you want to say to them? Just a message you'd like to send to them, especially considering we're not going to necessarily get the chance to see them face to face and say our goodbyes.
Yeah, I mean, I think as a group, class of 2020, um, go out and rock this. Go out and do everything that that you are prepared to do, that you can do. And it doesn't matter if you're taking a college path, a work path, a trade school, military, whatever you do, just do your best. Do your best and show people, because, you know, this is going to go down in history, and people will always remember the class of 2020. You have the biggest legacy and the biggest senior skip day championship. You have the biggest legacy of any class that's graduated, in how many, since World War II, probably.
Hundreds of
Or the
years.
Korean War. I don't know. I'm not good at history. Don't tell Risco. Um, don't, go out and show everyone that your legacy will continue, and it will define you with strength and resiliency and empathy and compassion for the people that are around you. I think that's the biggest message I would like to send to them, because everybody's going to watch the class of 2020 as they grow and as they move on.
Absolutely. It'll make their accomplishments seem that much greater when you think back to the fact that they were the class
Absolutely.
that had to deal with this. So, very
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Well, Mrs. Dworetsky, thank you very much for being a part of this with me, and definitely send a special shout out to Nick, and tell him I'm thinking about him. He's not one of
I
our
will.
seniors, so he's him and I aren't having a conversation, but I'm thinking about him and every other senior
Right.
over at Sullivan West also.
Thank you so much. I will tell him.
No problem. And everybody else, I will be back with another 2020 Senior Spotlight really soon. Thank you.
Thank you.